Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Lynn and today I am going to be playing with Lindy's Gang Magicals. These are new to me, but they've been on the market for a while, so you'll find when you shop their website that there are a lot of different colors you can choose from. What I'm crafting with today are actually part of a newer generation of how these are actually packaged. So they come in these cute little jars and they are called, this line is, I think it was the first collection that was released in the magical shaker jars. The shaker jars are phenomenal because you don't need a lot of these powders to get this gorgeous payload that I'm getting. Just a little couple taps here and there, spritz it with water to activate it, and look how gorgeous the color is on this. And what's really great about that little insert that has little perforated holes so that only just a little bit of powder sneaks out if you tap it onto your surface is there are no accidents. Like, you can't accidentally dump a ton of powder. So imagine if I was doing this and I just wanted to sprinkle a little bit of powder into this puddle that I'm working from, and if I didn't have that shaker insert at the top of the jar, it would be very imaginable for me, especially, to accidentally dump out, a quarter of the jar. And the thing is that once it's wet, you've activated or bloomed the dye pigment that is in these powders. So it's not that it's gone to waste. You could scoop that up and maybe put it into a mister and create your own spray with it. But it's wonderful that these new shaker jars just prevent that entirely. Of course, if you need access to getting maybe you want to make a little bit of a shaker spray, you can easily remove that insert and then scoop out your powder if you'd like and get direct access to it that way. So this last panel I just used to basically clean up my glass board and really get as much of that beautiful color off the board as possible. And you can see how intense the color still is, and that was just at the very end. I dried that first layer, and then here's another way you can use your powders. You can sprinkle them directly onto your surface and then give it a spritz of water. And you're gonna get very different looks when you do this, because when I was working in that pool of color, a lot of the color variation that's built into these powders mixed together. And so once, especially after the second, third background that I made, once everything is kind of mingled together, you get a much more uniform look. And that's really great. Maybe you want to watercolor with these and you want that uniform look. By adding more water as well, it sort of dilutes the shimmer too. So these powders are really lovely. They have a beautiful sort of pearlescent shimmer to them. And so the more water that you use, the more that gets dispersed as well. And so you can really control how intense the color is and how soft the color is by how much water you use, but also, how and when you use the water. So when I added the second burst of color to my panel here, I put the powder directly onto this panel and spritzed it. And that meant that the color really didn't move too far, and it was a very light spritz of water. So it was just enough to dissolve that dye in the dry powder to activate it, but not enough so that it really spread out that color. So as it dries, it sort of starts to really intensify or concentrate in that little small puddle. And as well, because I dried that first layer of the teal that I put down, when I spritzed it, maybe some areas of the teal got reactivated. So then I got a little bit of mixing between the second color, which was a really lovely pink, and the teal that was underneath it. So that's where a lot of the fun and experimentation can happen when you start mixing and matching. So as you can see here, I've brought in a Crafty Meraki. This is part of the Meraki Moments collection. It's probably one of my favorite, if not the my most favorite sentiment collection, because you can get it in stamp, die, and hot foil, and they all coordinate and work beautifully together. But this is a great opportunity for me to mention that my video today is actually part of a giveaway cross-company collaboration hop. So, to enter for a chance to win either a $25 gift certificate to Crafty Meraki or a $25 gift certificate to Lindy's Gang, expand the description box below, where you'll find is a link to Rafflecopter, and that's where you can enter for your chance to win either of those two prizes. And the winner will be announced to both the Crafty Meraki socials as well as to the Lindy's Gang socials. So you'll want to check both to see if you won either of those prizes. Alongside the giveaway entry form in the description box below, what you'll find is a link to the playlist that has all of the videos of designers both from the Crafty Meraki design team as well as from the Lindy's Gang design team. And you'll get to see a lot of inspiration for how to use and work with Lindy's Gang's products as well as Crafty Meraki supplies. So definitely check out that playlist. It's a nice single spot where you can find all of the videos that are a part of this collaboration. I can't wait to hop along myself and see what everybody else decided to use and what they made with their supplies. Really, really fun way to meet some new designers here on YouTube. So I really hope you'll hop along. We have a playlist, as I mentioned, and that's a really convenient spot for you to find all of the videos in one place. And you can also put us on autoplay so that when one video ends, the next one will start right up. So the beautiful thing about the die form of the Meraki Moments is that you get 3 dies. You get one that I've cut out of pink here. That's going to be pretty much the same size as your stamped or your hot foiled sentiment. And so everything scale-wise works beautifully together. So that's why you can really mix and match all of the sets if you wanted. And each of the different words or phrases will have a set of 3, the stamp, the die set, and the hot foil set. So the next layer behind my pink layer, I've cut out of white, and that uses the second die. And it's a really nice close cut with any openings also cut through, like the swirly accents in at the bottom of the word high. You can see those have been cut through. And this die will cut out your stamped sentiment as well. So it coordinates with the stamped sentiment. The hot foil plate, it does come included with a coordinating die, and you'll find that the die that coordinates with the hot foil plate, it's actually the same one as this die here, the second die that I've used and cut out of white. So you don't necessarily need the die set. If you have the stamp and the hot foil plate, for example, you'll still have a die that will cut out your stamped sentiment because it's the same die as the second die in this set. But with this set, you get a third die, and that is your full backer shadow layer. And so That third die has no openings. Hard to tell how I've used it here because I actually use the third die to cut out of vellum. Vellum helps to maybe soften the background, but it still lets that gorgeous background come through. But it just helps so that it's a little bit more legible. And as well, I didn't want to add another color. I just wanted to help the sentiment stand out a little bit and soften the effect of it a little bit. So there you can sort of see some of that shimmer, that intense shimmer that is in that second layer. But you can see it's harder to see the shimmer, even though it's still there in the teal areas. But that's what I mean by you can really kind of control the effect and the look that you get just based on how much water you use. And on a card with such a beautiful background that we've worked so hard to create, I do like to keep the rest of the card nice and simple. So I added the EAP. These are the magnolias, and they're the perfect complement to my my sentiment here. And it looks like I hand colored these, but I didn't. And that's what makes EAPs so amazing and different from just your regular ephemera. They really do look hand colored and they are gorgeous. So it looks like I took a ton of time and to color them up, but it just took moments because you have fully printed sheets that you can also get the coordinating die for and cut them all out in one go. So it couldn't be any easier than the Effortlessly Artistry Papers EAP. So I'll leave links to everything in the description box below. Don't forget, while you're checking out the description box, there's the giveaway entry form and the link to the playlist where you can watch all of the videos on this hop. Thank you again for checking out my video, and until next time, happy crafting and have a fabulous day. Bye.